Considering the rate and scale at which the digitization is growing in every walk of our life, it might be fair to assume that programming knowledge will be a mandatory skill set for every future job which your kid might want to apply. This is forcing every parent to expose their kids to the programming languages at early stage. While some people think it is right thing to do, others are opposing, saying that it adds unnecessary pressure on the kid and the programming language which kid is currently learning right now might anyways get outdated once he grows up. So should a kid be exposed to the programming language at early stages or not? This decision I would let their parents to make it. But what I would like to say is any programming can be learned within 4 months and we can start coding in it provided your kid has programming skills. Yes, learning programming language is different than learning programming skills. What are those programming skills and how can we teach these programming skills to the kids is what I am going to discuss in this video. Hi, I am Aditya and I have 13 years of IT experience, and if you like this video, please hit on the like button. Let's get started. So the first skill set is Sportive Spirit. Even if a 15 years experienced person is trying to write a code to solve a business problem, there is every chance that he will not succeed in writing the right code for the first time. He will have to sit and debug the issue. Sometimes we will have to keep debugging it weeks together to be able to identify the issue and ultimately solve it. But what I see currently is student will see the book and type the program into the system, and if it fails for the first time, then they run away from it. With this kind of attitude, he or she cannot become a good programmer. So how do we teach this sportive spirit to kids? Ask them to choose a game of their choice, indoor or outdoor, a game which they like, and encourage them to play that game. Games will teach us to accept the failure but keep trying it until we succeed. Now the second skill set is cause and effect reasoning. If you take an example code like this, the output of this code is the value of x is 7. This is the effect of running that particular code. Now, the programmer should be able to explain all the events which has caused this effect. What was the value of x in line number 1? What happened in line number 2? In this way, he should be able to explain each and every line of that particular code. The more sequence of events the programmer is able to process in his mind, the more will be the ability of him to be able to write the successful code. So, how do you teach this to your kid? Enroll him in the courses which teach storytelling. A woman is walking on the road and suddenly the entire sky turned black. If this is the statement in the story, why is the woman walking on the road? Why did the climate change suddenly? And what happened as an effect of that? Thinking in this way, stories are created. And this is the exact way of thinking which we need in programming too. The third skill required is logical thinking. What is logic? Any statement which we make, if it is based on already known truth, then it is called as logic. For example, if I say sun rays always come from east in the morning because sun always rises on the east, then it is a logical statement because it is made on the fact that sun always rises on the east. This is the logical thinking. But how do we train kids to do this? Again, this is related to storytelling. Let the kid tell compelling and convincing stories to his audience, which make them believe that what is happening is true. The fourth skill which is required is set theory. We cannot escape from mathematics, especially when we are talking about programming. Putting the numbers into sets and finding the relation between the sets will lead to the concept called functions, and from there starts the entire mathematics. Hence, operations on numbers and set theory is fundamental for programming too. Set theory is especially required if a student wants to learn object-oriented programming. Now, how do we teach this set theory to kids? Again, this is also related to storytelling. Ask the kids to observe the objects around him, and he should be able to describe each object in these three terms. The first is physical dimensions like height, breadth, width, etc. And the second is quality like color, beauty, etc. And the third one is its purpose, like what is that object used for? It is used for digging, cutting, etc. And then based on these three properties, ask him to group the objects together. This will help him to understand the set theory better and the way to think in the set theory better. The fifth skill set which is required is problem solving skill. A programmer will be given a problem, and he will also be given the tools like if block, for block, etc. And he will be asked to solve the business problem with these tools. Now, how should we arrange these small tools, and in which order we should arrange in order to be able to solve the business problem is the kind of problem solving skills we are expecting here. It is almost like a Lego building, wherein we'll be given small Legos and we'll be asked to build a giant structures out of it. Or it is like a craft building, wherein we'll be given a small tools like paper, scale, pen, pencil, and also some glue stick to be able to build some structure. So encourage your kids to do crafts more on their own so that they'll be able to get more problem solving skills. In my view, if kids are nurtured with all these skills, then it will help them to learn programming languages with utmost ease, and they'll be very successful in writing a code. Thank you. If you like this video, please share it with multiple people.